Nice to get out of this slump, huh?
Well, it's always nice to win. You feel so much better. It's easier to talk to you guys, and you don't lose. You go home and you sleep a little bit better. That's for sure.
Flash looked awful comfortable in the middle.
Pardon me? Yeah, he did. I thought he played a really good game, but whether it was on the wing or in the middle, I thought he competed so hard tonight that. His positioning, I thought, was really good for a guy that hadn't played center.
Obviously, the big news of the day was Alex getting the C. Did you feel like the players kind of felt like they needed to usher this in with a strong performance?
I don't know if that really came into play. I know they were really happy. Like when I told them this morning. I mean, and this doesn't happen too often. As the group got up and cheered. You know, like I mean, and I had talked to a lot of them in the last couple of days, and they said that Alex was the only choice. He's our leader. He's our guy. And I think the thing that sort of shows how he was ready was when I talked to him 2 days ago or 3 days ago about it. He said I would accept the responsibility, but only if my teammates want me to. Like, I mean, if they're happy with me as a captain, I'd be glad to be captain. So he was already thinking about the team rather than thinking about himself, which is what captains do.
Bruce, were there specific guys you sought out for that, or did you?
I just talked to some guys.
Mike Knuble took 2 bad penalties there. I know you warned the guys about the penalties.
In between,
yeah, so, I mean, do you feel like you maybe dodged a little bit of a bullet there? They scored on 1, but...
They made it look easy on the first one, and then I think we buckled down pretty good in the second one, but, they got a great power play. And the one thing, the way the game was going, I told them in between periods that the only way that they could win is on the power play, if we play the way we're playing. And when we knew we were going to get penalties because we had already gotten a couple calls. So you knew that it gets evened up in the end. So I think we did dodge a bullet, and then Semin scored that 4-2 goal. Made you breathe a lot easier.
Bruce obviously weren't here, but they offered Ovi the captaincy 3 years ago. And do you think he's able, during the last 3 or 4 seasons, he's been able to progress to this point, maybe without the burden of the seat?
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely matured. So I mean, I don't think 3 years ago, Alex, one of the great things about him is he's smart enough to know when not to take it and when to take it. And Chris Clark was a great captain. Let's not, it wasn't like there was nobody as a captain. And I didn't hear that story. I didn't know he was offered.
If you can compare Clark's style or influence on his team, and what do you think Ovi's impact would be as a captain now?
Well, I think it's totally different. Clark he was an organizer, and his wife took care of the wives. If there was a problem, he took care of it. He took care of the room, everything else, always taking care of the ice. Like, I mean, and that's what Ovi's going to do. And we'll have another player and another player's wife that'll take care of the wife functions and the organization as far as get-togethers and doing the right thing for right causes. Because I can't picture Alex getting on the phone and saying, "Okay, listen, we all got to be at dinner at this person's house tonight." It just isn't going to happen.
Neuvirth, another strong performance from him. He wasn't tested early, often early, but
he made a great save at the end of the first period. I mean, it didn't look like much, but it was a great save, and we'll work on his clearings tomorrow because that wasn't very good.
Yeah.
But he played great. He made some great saves.
Defensively, second game in a row, you guys really tightened up in front of it too.
Well, I mean, we went 10 games with only 20 goals scored against us, and we had 2 bad games, and we're back to 2-2, which is, I think, more our norm than the 6 and the 5 that went in against us. So it's, I mean, we held them to single, to under 20 shots for the longest time near the end when they put a push on. I think I don't know if they ended up at 23 or 24 or something, but it was a good defensive effort by everybody.
Bruce, knowing Ovi's relationship with Semin, do you think Ovi being think Captain can have any kind of more, a better impact on his game every night?
No, they're together all day, every day. So, I mean, if he doesn't have any impact, I don't think the C's gonna make much of a difference. But he's already, you know, I mean, they talk all the time. And Alex, you know, I mean, I think he was one of the guys that, you know, knew that Alex was the captain, Obi was the captain. And he went out and showed that how hard he played for him tonight.
Seven got the hard hat tonight. It was one of those nights where he was just ready to play right from the start.
Yeah, well, after the first 10 minutes, I mean, the first 10 minutes he was either giving it away or getting a great chance, and so I was going, which way is this going to turn? And it turned on the positive, because he's been, you know, and when guys aren't used to being in slump scoring, you know, it's tough and it's hard on you, and he has been in a little bit of a slump, so I'm sure when he scored that first goal, it was, again, like a real big relief, and he started to play the way he can play, and I think Thomas really helped him today. I thought Thomas was great in the middle, again, as I said. Okay.
Guys, Alex Ovechkin will be here about 5